Kronus. Kronus is a Necron tomb world, where Necrons had gone into stasis in the subterranean tombs millions of years ago, after the war with the Old Ones. Later Kronus got colonized by the humanity during the Dark Age of technology. The first war fought on Kronus was during the Horus Heresy between the Loyalists and the Traitors, where both sides possessed Titans. 200 years before the Dark Crusade happens, Kronus was captured by the Tau Empire from the Imperium. Tau made the city Asharis the new capital and renamed it to Tashan. During the rulership of Tau, Kronus was a peaceful planet, until the Imperial Guard regiment, led by General Lucas Alexander, arrived. The Imperial Guard were in pursuit after the Elder Farsi Taldir and landed in the abandoned city of Ironworks Bay. In this city, General Lucas Alexander found a massive Hellstorm cannon from an Imperator War Titan. This fearsome relic was brought by the tech priest to Kronus during the Horus Heresy. After General Lucas Alexander sent reports about this ancient relic, the Imperial Guard's High Command issued him new orders. He would secure the Titan's gun along with any other relics that the tech priest had left behind, and he would also return Kronus to the Imperium of Man. The command named Alexander Governor Militant and created the first Kronus Regiment. After this, Governor Militant Lucas Alexander quickly renamed Ironworks Bay to Victory Bay, made it the new planet capital, and named his men to the Liberators for the regiment. Farseer Taldir had led her forces from Craft World Olfway to fight the Necrons on Lawn 5. To defeat the Necrons, Ella used a lost Imperial Titan cannon that was on Lawn 5. And after its use, the strain ruptured it. Therefore, the Imperial Guard was hunting after her. Farsi Taldir continued her fight on Kronus after foreseeing that the Necrons had been awakened. When arriving on Kronus, Farsi found that the Necrons were already on the march, and the other races could not be trusted to stop them. Taldir abandoned her habitual manipulation and ordered her forces to begin an all-out conquest on Kronus. The Necron Tomb's awakening had been accelerated after an archaeological team led by Thomas Maccabee seemed to find more about the world's unusual active past. The team's excavations of the Necron ruins had ultimately opened the tombs and accelerated the awakening of the Necrons. Thomas Maccabee has been a possessor of the pariah gene and became the only team member to survive the awakening. Maccabee was transformed into a pariah to act as the herald of the awakened Necron Lord of Kronus. As on most of the planets in the 40k universe, Kronus were also colonized by the Orcs. After Warbus Gorguts, Ed Hunter had lost a massive warg on Lawn 5 and put Lord Kroll's skull on his pointy stick, he so-called landed on the Green Coast where the Orcs lived. Gorguts quickly set about subjugating the feral Orcs in an attempt to rebuild his warg and make Kronus the heart of a new Orc empire. In the southeast of Kronus, in the Deimos Peninsula, a group of cultists opened the warp gate and summoned the World Bearer's Chaos Space Marine. The Chaos Space Marine that was led by the Dark Apostle Elphas the Inheritor had fought the Ultramarines back during the Horus Heresy, was now back to avenge the defeat and to turn the planet into a new demon world of the warp. Last to arrive to Kronus was the Blood Raven Space Marines led by Captain Davian Fall as Force Commander. The Blood Ravens had order from the Chief Librarian of the chapter to purge the planet and search the artifacts that was left behind by the forebears during the Horus Heresy. The Space Marines were sought to eliminate all the other factions on Kronus, even the Imperial Guard. When Captain Paul ordered Governor Militant Lucas Alexander to withdraw from the world with his men and the civilians that were left alive by the Tau Empire, Governor Militant Lucas Alexander refused, for he was not obligated to take any order from a Space Marine captain over the conflicting orders he had from the segment's command. Both set up their own bases, Imperial Guard in the east at Victory Bay, formerly known as Iron Works Bay, and the Space Marine in the northeast at Castellum Incorruptus in Normandia. This meant that Captain Fall, with his Space Marines, would be forced to fight other soldiers of the Imperium. This act will have long-term consequences for the chapter. The planet's current owner, Tau, were forced to send in military aid from the Tau Fire Caste when the Necrons awakened, for the military forces were outnumbered. The Ethereal Caste would not allow the colonies to be lost, so they sent out an Ethereal Caste member, An El Shi Orest, and the Fire Caste commander, Shas Ukais, to reconquer Kronus in the name of the greater good. The once quiet colony world of Kronus had now become the most savage battlefield in recent galactic history as the Dark Crusade unfolded.